Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream and welcome Quinn, aka Amuroarchive, to the
Okay.
Wikipedia channel. Once again, back after 8 very short, going by fast years. So, how
That's
are
such a
you
long
doing?
time ago.
Yeah,
That's wild. Because
I
I
know.
feel like the last time it was, we were talking about Hiki's new album at the time. It was Phantom, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we did like the group listening party
Yes, that was
with
it. That
like
was it.
10 people came on and but
That was fun.
before that was we did a couple solo shows where we reviewed like a Kodakumi live and I think it was a Namie live as well.
Oh my, okay, I remember the Namie one. What album did we do for Kodokumi? Walk of My Life?
Walk of My Life, yeah.
Oh
But
shit, okay.
yeah,
I'm
I
already
actually
swearing.
no, it's all good. My channel's not even monetized, so
Okay,
you can say
perfect.
whatever you want.
Freedom of
We can
speech.
we can say pedophiles, like
Oh.
anything.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just gonna tweet really fast that we started.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a
But
good idea.
did you want to like introduce what you're doing with Amuro Archive?
Yeah, so we're moving over to okay, well, from the beginning, I guess. So Amuro Archive, basically like I've been a fan for a long time and I just kind of collected a bunch of like videos and stuff of Namie's and also like I own a lot of her like concert DVDs and like ripped them and stuff like that. So I was just sitting on like a gold mine of stuff that people weren't circulating. So I made the Amuro Archive, which is on Twitter. And currently we're moving over to Blue Sky, or we as in me. It's not a team, I promise. Though I do ask for help from my friends sometimes. Anyways, yeah, so basically I take that content, basically mostly like live performances, like from TV particularly, but I'll do concert DVD performances as well. I just like feel like those get circulated more, so I want to focus on like more of like the I guess like just the more like TV performances that are like grainy and art and very artifacty and stuff. I just love that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I want to make sure that those get circulated more because a lot of them it's like I haven't seen in years and like besides my hard drive. So yeah, here I am. It's been like since 2020, so I kind of did it because I didn't have a job, and and so and then it kind of just like kept happening for 4 years and I've definitely slowed down, but I'm kind of picking back up. I feel like Blue Sky has been like kind of getting me like more motivated to like kind of start it over again and be a little bit more, I guess, like intentional with my posts.
Yeah. So I linked your X, aka Twitter
Thank you.
account in the description, but it's the same username on Blue Sky. So
It is, yes, thank you. Oh my god, I
yeah.
forgot to plug. I'm really bad at plugging.
No, no, you mentioned it. So yeah, I'm on Blue Sky now as well. I'm kind of just cross posting between the two whenever I remember to do it.
Mhm.
But so what was kind of like? Did you kind of have an end game in mind for the Amuro archive, or was it just kind of like a hobby?
Excuse me.
Or like, are you connecting with other fans and like getting more deep cuts? Or
um I no one has like, okay, to answer the last part, like there no one has the deeper cuts more than me, at least. Like to be completely frank, like people like usually are like either taking something that I post or they just find it somewhere else and that's fine. But uh so the only other person that has like stuff that I've collaborated with, and I mentioned her a few times, her name's Mina. She runs amino.fr and like she's like the only other like English speaking, who she's French though, like Amuro fan that has as much stuff as me, if not way more, actually. Like, because she has like photos and stuff too, and I don't
Mhm.
really collect the photos.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I really just focus on like video, but I'm just like really bad with the photos, so I just kind of rely on her site. But
Okay.
yeah, but like the end game for the Amuro archive was just like, once I posted everything I had, like it was just gonna be like me retweeting them or like, if there was any like upgrades to like Twitter or something like that. Like for a time it was like you could upload, well, okay, before I turned it to X, like Twitter Blue, I think that's what it was called. It was like $2. So I was okay with subscribing to that because it meant that I had HD and I could upload pretty much any length of video. So for a short time, I was like uploading like better quality and then also like just the entire clip because currently it's capped to 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So it's like a lot of those performances end up being just a little bit longer than that. So I have to like split it into two posts. And I don't really like that. So I like the whole longer format version of it. But then, Twitter Blue turned into X and premium or whatever. And then like it was like it's like $13 or something like that. I'm not paying that. I
No.
rather just like I think that's ridiculous. Like, I like it's just like I'm a huge fan. I don't want to subscribe to then post for other people. That's just ridiculous. So that's enough. If Twitter decides to like uncap the video like limit, then I'll go back to like posting on there. But right now, I'm like focusing on Blue Sky. Even though like the videos are capped at like 1 minute, I think those are like it gives me an opportunity to kind of like be more selective like what part of the performance I want to post. So it's like I can kind of like choose a more exciting part instead of like having people sit through like maybe like the introduction or something like that, because I like to post the video raw, like just straight up, like that's how I got it, just for like I guess like archive sake. But yeah. like
So you're not interested in doing any of the like 4K upgrades of videos?
No, I think they look ugly. I hate those so much. It's just like, okay, I appreciate that it's 4K, but like when it's like AI upscaled, like you can see like where the AI or the computer or whatever like gets like kind of confused with like some like, you know, more like a finer like line detail like on like things in the background or something like that, or like signs in particular, like it will make up a whole new language. Like it will not be what it was before. Like so I find them really, I find like, I mean, those are kind of squiggly too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just find it really distracting. And it's like, I think like homosexuality like does those videos and I think they do a pretty good job, but I
Mm-hmm.
still can see it and it kind of bothers me. But like, hey, they're like putting way more work than I am in like, posting this stuff. So like, good for them. Like, I just personally, like, I just don't like the look of it. I'd rather just have like a grainy image and just appreciate like that was like what it would look like in the 90s or whatever.
No, I totally agree with you. I do think there's something to be said about preserving that original aesthetic and the way it originally aired. And
Yeah.
I think the 4K technology is just not quite there yet. Like it works in some instances, but like when we got the Utada 4K upgrades, like I said in my review, like the close-up shots look very crisp and nice, but anything wider than that is like it doesn't look right. And there's like pixels
Absolutely.
dancing around and yeah.
Yeah, it's just not quite there yet. Like, ask me 10 years from now, and it would probably be like amazing, and like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference or something. But yeah, it's like, and I don't want to train an AI or whatever how to do that shit. I don't even know how to do it. I'm just doing this for fun. Like, it just takes a couple minutes of my day, and that's why I do it.
Okay, for sure. Before we go any further, I have a couple apologies I need to make. So the first one is my voice. I know I sound a little nasally. I do have COVID for the second time. I'm getting better now. I was kind of down and out for a couple days, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna need to reschedule. But like, I got the energy back today. I was like, I'm really excited to do the live stream, so let's just go for it.
Hey, okay, I'm really glad. I
So
mean, like you told me you had COVID. I was like,
yeah,
oh, it's like, be sure. Are you sure you're all right?
no, if it was yesterday, I would have been like, there's no way. Like I had a video meeting yesterday. I was like, I can't do this. Like,
Oh my
please end the
gosh.
call.
Wait,
um,
oh wait, speaking of like, wait, no, I'm thinking of your book though. Like, I saw that you finished the cover,
I have,
right?
well, I have a few ideas for the cover that I'm going to show you guys
Okay.
right now. I printed one idea I had to go with. Like I have the whole manuscript printed right next to me, but I printed one idea. Oh Christ, it's not going to show up. Come on.
I did see like I think like on Instagram I think you posted like a part like yeah I think it looks really cute.
Yeah, there's just like a corner in my Instagram post.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, so like one of the ideas I'm going with is kind of like inspired by Card Captor Sakura, like the pink and red with like light
Okay, I
yellow
see it.
text.
Yes.
Um, so I keep thinking I'm almost ready to publish it, and then it's like no, I have to like learn how to do this thing. I have to like finesse this thing. And then like I got sick and then I got a freelance job and it's like,
Yeah, like
anyway,
where's the time for the book now? It's like,
yeah.
oh no, you'll get it. I'm like
So,
watching your like TikToks and stuff about it. I'm just like waiting until you're like, oh no, here's the
oh,
date.
I need to like reinstall TikTok, but I'm terrified of like seeing any comments that I got because I like started beef with like a 20-year-old on there and then I was like uninstalled. I'm not gonna
Oh,
do
that's
this anymore.
exciting. Wait, are you having like my Tumblr era moment?
Kind of, but like
Good, do it.
very,
Go
very low,
off.
like small scale. Like I ended it with like, I think your video is classes, and then I like panicked and just uninstalled the app, and I haven't gone back.
Like if you don't have the app anymore, they can't clap back. It never
No,
happens.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay. Second thing is I went back to look at our previous live streams just to see. I wanted to get a clip because I know at one point I had that moment where I like threw my head back laughing because you said something about like eating Ayumi Hamasaki's asshole. I was like, I really need to clip that, but I still can't find it. But then I was like shocked at one of our streams where I was just being really bitchy in the introduction. Like I think it was the Kodakumi one. I don't actually remember, but like we were just doing the intro, and you were like, "Oh, I have the Blu-ray right here," and I'm like, "Okay." And you're like, "Should I open it?" I'm like, "Okay, do it." Like in this
I
really
kind of
bitchy
remember
voice.
that. There
I'm
was,
so sorry. I
it's
don't know
okay.
what
No,
was
I
going.
think that is so funny. I do remember that, and I was just kind of like, you know what? Okay, yeah, we should get this show on the road, you know.
Okay,
So
thanks for
I kind
rolling
of
with
agreed.
it.
It's okay.
No, thanks for rolling. Like sometimes I think I sound like I'm joking and I'm like coming across like sarcastic and like in a joke bitchy way, but then people are like, "No, you like completely were like straight face, like I thought you were gonna kill me," type of
That's so
thing.
funny. I have the same experience, so I totally understand.
Mhm.
It's like you think you're
Okay.
trying to be funny, and then it's like, oh, I actually hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, beta enemy.
Yeah, and then you get the text like, "Do you hate me?"
Oh, yeah. Okay, but that happened to me with my HR lady at work. Like the first year I was there,
That's the
she
worst
wouldn't speak to me
person.
for like 2 weeks. I swear.
Yeah, I've had that experience too, or anyway. So the thing that kind of spurred on this live stream idea is that recently Namie came up in some like headlines. I guess you could say they're more like rumors that people are passing around on X, FKA, Twitter, that Namie is allegedly producing or working with an unknown, unnamed K-pop group.
I mean,
So,
so my reaction to that,
yeah. So what do we think of this?
I think it's bullshit.
Hmm.
I don't. She's just so like adamant about like wanting to just like live a normal life, even before like she retired, like she was like trying to find a way to retire in like 2014. So I just like don't think she's like gonna enter in like a producer role. I know she was interested in like mentoring, so maybe producing like means that, I don't know, but like it's I just don't think she's gonna do it for a K-pop group either. I don't know. I think and this isn't like the first time it's popped up either. Where like, oh, she's working with a K-pop group or she's working in the background. It's like, okay, then we would have like one of those fans would have found like some weird like name in the credits that no one could figure out
Hmm.
who it belongs to, and then there would have been a little bit more credibility to it. Like, oh,
Yeah.
here's like an alias she may have used. It's like she's used a few aliases in her music, so it's not like it wouldn't like be unheard of. But I don't know, maybe she's a shadowy figure, but I don't believe it. I just don't
Hmm.
believe it. I think it's like copium at best, and at worst, it's just like someone was bored and needed to make up something.
Yeah. Well, she collabed with After School before, right?
She did. She like selected, she like handpicked them. It was like she got like a list, I guess, of like people who were available to collaborate with, and she's like, "Oh, I remember them from like I guess this like this drama she watched." So that's how they ended up getting the gig. It was
Okay,
it was like on the 2011 album. It was on Checkmate.
checkmate.
Make It Happen.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're K-pop, not J-pop, right?
Yeah, they're K-pop. They're K-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the only like K-pop related thing I could think of with Namie.
Um, trying to think. Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, she hadn't really like collaborated with anyone, any of the K-pop groups, other or artists since that. But I guess like before, it's like she had Rain like as an opener for her tour in like Seoul of on like the 2003 and 2004 Best Singles tour.
Hmm.
Um, like she had Rain open up for her, so like that was like something I suppose. But like that's like literally like I can't think of many other like instances where like she's like collabed, with a Korean artist. Unless you count Crystal K, but
Oh yeah.
but like she's Japanese to me. Like I know she's South Korean, but
Hmm.
like she's a J-pop artist. I don't know, but
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. No, I can't think of anything else. Like that's kind of sad though. I think like she could be like credited for like a lot of like things that like K-pop is doing now though. So it's like back in her like her Super Monkeys days and stuff especially.
Hmm. I was looking at some Namie clips while I was eating dinner tonight just to like prep for this, and there's like a couple of K-pop kind of reaction channels or like news channels that made Namie videos kind of explaining Namie's career that they released when her discography got yanked from the internet last year.
Yeah, okay.
And like none of them know how to pronounce Namie. They all
I
say Nami.
Yeah, they say Nami, they drop the E or the A.
Hmm.
They'll like Amuro or something for the last name
Yeah,
too, which I like. That's just
yeah.
like I know everyone like they just can't help it. It's not like they speak the language, but it just hurts my heart when I hear
I
it,
know. Like look up the pronunciation before you hit record.
like just like you could even like just like click on any of the videos, like they'll say her name. They'll say her name
Hmm.
like right, like any like commercial, like any promo spot, like the introduction, they'll say her name. Like it's like not that hard. And I feel like
Yeah.
there's even fans who've been like around as long as me who like just refuse to say it right. I don't know why. It's like you haven't been listening. Like Tamar, have you watched the show? Like
So I wonder if the K-pop connection is coming from people who just want to get clicks. Like Namie Amuro collaborating with K-pop would garner more attention on X than J-pop.
Probably. I believe it. I mean, like J-pop has like not been popular since the 2000s, and even then it wasn't really like popular like outside of the United States, right? So it's like why not? She's a big star that like people want to see back. Plus, K-pop just being, how big it is. Like it's just kind of like it makes sense, I suppose. But I think it was just like a slow news day, honestly.
Oh God. Yeah.
But like recently, okay, so like, but something that is true though is like people saw her in Hawaii.
Hmm.
So she was like, I don't know, where somewhere in Hawaii, but it was like someone got a video of her and her and her son, who like they just never get his face. I don't know why they can never get his face
Hmm.
on the camera ever.
Yeah,
They
he's
can get
always like
her,
turned away,
yeah,
right?
but like he looks fine as fuck from the back. Like he
I
looks
bet he is.
fine. No, I'm like really like waiting, like show me your face. I need to know like if you look like
Hmm.
your father, because if you look like your father, it's over. The fantasy's over. No shade. But Sam is not cute.
I think he's decent looking, but like he has two like celebrity parents, so he must be like. So I guess he never ended up going into show business. Like was rumored originally when he was around like 18 or 19.
Yeah, that he was training, right? And yeah, I guess
Yeah.
he never did it, maybe. But like, I also heard like, okay, so it was like I heard that rumor, and then another one, which I think is more plausible, is that he was going to school in New York.
Yeah, I heard that after the show business, like he was potentially training in a group or something, and then like a
Yeah.
little
Oh, he
while
was
later,
a
it's like
group.
actually he went
Yeah.
to school. I can imagine Namie would have like deterred him from going into any type of like celebrity
I know. She's like, no,
thing.
if you like, I'll pay you to not do it. Like, don't do it. Like, do not be, don't go into showbiz. Like, I mean, like, I don't blame her though. It was like she was like doing it since she was like what, like 12, 13, you know? So it's like,
Hmm.
it's just like you see a lot.
There's so much trauma behind being a child star, even at
Hmm.
13. Is like Hickey. I keep talking about Utada, but like she became famous around like 15 and 16, and she said like it was so traumatic and like it's such a hard experience. So I
Right.
can
And she has
imagine
like,
like go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, and she has like famous parents, like that who like have done it, and so she probably had a good support system around her, and it still was fucking hard.
Hmm. So in one of the videos I watched earlier, they were saying like Namie never wanted to be a singer. Like Namie, I know as a kid was going to school for like performing arts.
Yeah. What I read was that like she wanted to be an actress. Like she went into the Okinawa Actors School
Hmm.
to do acting, but she realized she would have to be doing like auditions and stuff like by herself and like just like,
Hmm.
straight up like in front of a camera or, in front of a panel of people. And that really intimidated her. So she went on to song and dance instead. And then she studied jazz dance while she was there before getting selected for the Super Monkeys, but like the Super Monkeys as we know it, like that wasn't it. It was supposed to be a co-ed group. And it was
Oh.
like I don't know how many people there were, but there was at least two boys.
Hmm.
And then the rest were girls. And it was kind of like a Folder 5 situation that they eventually did. That one had so Folder 5 had Daisuke Miura, I
Mira?
can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he was in that. And then now he's like I think he's cute. Okay. I know, like I know, but like he just I love his voice. He has swag. Like, yeah, he I like him. I think he's cute.
He's kind of like a pug.
He's yeah, yeah.
Like ugly cute.
He definitely ugly. He's like, oh, he's just so you.
He does have a lovely voice.
Yeah,
Um,
he dances his ass off. I love it. Shake it, baby.
mhm.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love him. But yeah, so Super Monkeys used to be like a co-ed group, and then they kind of just like got cooled back, and like the concept changed, and then ended up with the five girls, and Anna Makino being the leader, not Namie. Even though like Namie was the lead singer, the lead of the group was actually the oldest, which was Anna Makino, and she was only on one single though, which was the first
Oh.
single. And then like I don't know, I don't really remember what happened, but she ended up like splitting from the group, and she was the oldest. She was like 16. Everyone else was like 13. That was the thing too. It was like she was like not much older, but I guess in terms of like kid years, yeah, like 3 years is a big deal.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, she was the leader of the group, and then she split, and then did like two singles by herself, and then went back to the Okinawa school. Oh, that's right, because her parents owned the school. That was what it was. And now
Okay. So
she teaches like kids with cerebral palsy and stuff like how to dance and stuff, which I think is really cute.
hmm. So then after that, Namie kind of became the center focus of that group.
Yeah, like if it wasn't if it wasn't if she wasn't the center focus then, she was absolutely now at that point, like because they went to like Super Monkeys 4 or something like that, and because I think another girl dropped out too at the same time, and then she got replaced with like Rina Nakasone or something like that, and I don't even think she even laid down vocals on a track or something. I think like she wasn't even on a track. She was like basically just a dancer, and then she got oh, it's Meepow.
Nipao's here. Woo!
Mwah, 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 love you. Uh, uh, what did I say? Yeah. So in Rina Nakasone, she got, or Reno, probably. I think it's Reno. She got like appendicitis,
Oh
That's what it
no.
was. She got appendicitis like a day before, or like the day of a performance, and like you could tell there's like because the performance was recorded. It's the Sapporo like ice castle performance. It's like so it was like I think it was like five of them, and then like you could tell like the number is like formed for that way, and
Mm.
like there's like holes in the choreography. Like they had to just make it work basically, but yeah, the Super Monkeys, they did that. They ate shit. They ate shit for a long time. They were like, oh my god. Okay, did you ever see like Perfect Blue?
No, I've never seen that.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
I
it's
know.
not spoiling anything because it's literally the first like 5 seconds of the show of the movie. You know, it revolves initially around unsuccessful girl group, and then someone goes
Mhm.
solo. That's it. But
Yeah.
like that's like once you watch the movie, you'd understand like yeah, that's the Super Monkey. It's like no one gave a
Oh,
fuck.
well, yeah, my impression, like I don't know that much about the group, was that Namie was like the main focus of it really early on.
Yeah, like she was a lead singer, so like I don't know why she was selected as a lead singer. But, okay, like because I feel like there's like one or two other girls have been there the whole time as well. I can't remember if it was Rina or Nana, but like I feel like Nana. I think like one of them are the better singer, but I think maybe Namie had like a look or something that in like a certain sound, so they like went with her as the lead singer. But yeah, she ended up like standing out. Like she started like ended up like sticking out outside of the girl group because she was doing a lot of modeling and stuff, and then she was also acting and doing like TV shows too. Like there's like one girl is like I think it was a show called The Girl Who Let Through Time. I think it is what it was. She would like have like 3 or 4 episodes or something.
Oh, okay. Because eventually they called the group like Namie Amuro and the Super Monkeys.
Yeah, but, like that would be the final iteration of it before they split up entirely, and like the Super Monkeys became Max, and then Namie just was Namie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Uh,
so they had like one album, and it was like a
yeah.
yeah, it was like Dance Tracks Volume One, which was basically a remix album.
Nipao said I watched it at the theater this year.
Oh, okay, Perfect Blue
Perfect
is so
Blue.
good, so good. You have to see it, like if you can at least. Like if there's like an
Hmm.
independent theater or something like that, Emily, like go check it out. It's so good.
It's one of those ones where I feel like I know a lot about it already, but it's also like I should watch it, but I'm pretty sure I already know what happens in it because it's just so prevalent, like on social media. Like,
Maybe like I feel like they focus a lot of like the aesthetics about it, but like you know, it's a psychological horror or thriller, I should say. It's not really a horror, but
mhm.
like there's definitely like scenes where it's just like super like high octane and just like what the fuck is going on, and it's just like a lot of like it's just like really intense and um it's a mind fuck. It's a really, really good movie. Like, you know, Nepal can attest. Like, I think you enjoy it just like for the sake of like, you know, because it's hand illustrated and animated. Because
Mhm.
back in the day when you know animation was a thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a Satoshi Kon film, right?
Yeah, it is. So it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's like his first or whatever. I don't think so, but that's like definitely one of his best.
I think
Oh,
I've seen
speaking.
all his other movies except that one.
You seen
So,
Paprika? Oh my god, that one was
yeah.
crazy to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Nepal. Yeah, yeah, you're right. There is trigger warning. So like, if you essays specifically,
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Nipao also said Super Monkeys was the original Pussycat Dolls.
you know, like that's not far off. Not far off whatsoever at all. I think that's really accurate. um,
So is Namie Nicole or is she?
I mean, you know, I want her to be like, okay, so like, can she be Nicole, but like with Melody's voice? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, like, cause but like, and with all without the like the Trump voting, like,
Oh
because I
no, I
don't think
didn't know
Namie.
about that.
Oh my God, that's been a big thing in the gay sphere right now. Is that like,
Uh,
okay, so right after the election, like,
oh,
she commented.
Nicole.
Nicole, yeah, Nicole Schwarzenegger.
Oh, okay, I did see
She
that.
like
Yeah.
commented on Russell Brand's Instagram, and it was like he was holding a hat that was like a MAGA like influenced hat that said like "Make God Great Again" or something like that. And she's
Yeah.
like, "Where do I get this?" And so we were like, "Oh, you definitely voted for Trump."
Mm-hmm.
And she only just like maybe a couple days ago like addressed it and was like, "No, guys, I always stand for, you know, the people that support me." But she didn't say, "Well, who?" It was a very not good apology. So
Yeah.
if we can, like, can we be so yeah, if Namie had to be Nicole, I die in that moment.
Girl, that's photoshopped.
Wait, this is
You
the
guys,
opposite. Y'all mostly because I would send the Utada with a MAGA hat on. Oh yeah, I love that one though.
do you guys remember Utada deleted that when someone replied to it on Twitter, like to
I
one of
didn't
her
know
posts?
that.
And it shows it like when the owner, it's like the owner of this thread deleted this post. So everyone's like, "Oh my fucking God."
I
But
um I still love the one that it's like her shaving her
oh,
face.
it's so mean.
I love it. They them for Todd exactly.
Oh my God. I didn't think this conversation would devolve to this, but
Oh, it's going to
um
with me.
so going back to Namie, let's go back to like last year when
Yeah.
The Namie apocalypse happened.
Oh yeah, the
And
Amuro get in.
yeah.
Nami get in. I think I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
Nine,
we should
11. You know, very like lowest on Family Guys.
Quinn's 9/11, yeah.
Oh my God. Like genuinely, like okay, so like I was on a hella good trip too. Like I was so I flew back to Connecticut to see my family and because like I hadn't been since the pandemic since I moved out here.
Oh, right.
And yeah, it was a while. So I went to go see my family, and it was like a fantastic trip. Everything was perfect. Like I could not have planned it better. And then we like get on the train to Manhattan, and I'm like, okay, I was like, I want to listen to Feel, and I go to click on it, and it's like, oh, it's not available. Oh
Mhm.
my God. Okay, fine. I'll just find another one. Then something weird's happened with just that album. It's like literally, I could like see every single one of them like just get listed live. It was awful. It was
No, I
what?
remember
Who was
you.
gonna get me through that train ride? You know?
I know. I
No,
remember
but it
you
was really.
DM'd me. You're
It
like, "Do
was
you have this in Canada?" I'm like, "Let me check."
yeah.
And I was
Oh, that's
like,
right. I did. Yeah. I was like,
"Oh my
hey.
God."
Because I think people were saying like certain songs were available in like different regions. So I was like trying to like
Mhm.
verify for people like live basically like oh what was available, what wasn't. And like they were pretty thorough. They pretty much got every single song. But like it's weird because like I went back like because like me and like Neepa like shared hi Neepa again we shared like a few uh like playlists and like some songs like will remain like if you click on it it will play and it's like it's not because I have like a copy on my phone, so
Mhm.
I don't know, it's kind of bugged out. Some of them work, some of them don't, but either way it's a tragedy. They need to fix it. This is the worst thing that's ever happened. um Send help. I would go to AFX myself and like give them a piece of my mind if I could.
We gotta protest. We're gonna fly to Tokyo and get out there with the.
I
We need the damn albums.
No, literally, I don't get it. Or at least like put them on vinyl for me, like because I like collect vinyl. Oh yeah, and then like see, okay, we're talking about Nami. I got my, you can see my Genius
Mhm.
2000 poster has been
Mhm.
framed back there. So
Is it an orange frame?
it's no, it's a goldenrod yellow.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. I just had to go for like kind of like almost the darkest yellow in there, so that the lighter yellows inside the picture wouldn't look dull.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, but we want to do something vibrant too. So I think that worked. It was like a
Mhm.
good medium, you know?
Yeah, I like a decorative frame. You like matching stuff.
Yeah. Like, I never
No, it
thought I
looks
would
really
be
good.
buying a yellow frame ever, but
Oh, you're officially old now, like picking out colorful frames and
Really, that is like so true. It's like that is like very like next level adulting because I don't like that word, but like adulting is definitely the case because like I don't think I've ever. I mean like I had my wall was just plastered. It was a mosaic of just
Mhm.
posters with pins in them and stuff like that. And now I couldn't even imagine doing that. I was like, I have to frame this one. I have to frame this one.
Mm-hmm.
Not you experiencing it real time. Okay. Oh, sorry. I was just like seeing what Nipa was saying too.
Sure.
It makes some sense. That's right. Okay, so that is okay. This is a good point. Thank you, Nipa, because people actually like I like the conspiracy. It's a small one, but like they conspire. Like okay, so people think that Avex took down Nami. One of the reasons why it got took down was because they wanted to bolster physical sales because they make more money that way. And because right after it was delisted, they had a huge Namie sale at Tower
Wow.
Records, I think. It was like things that weren't being printed, like the alarm single that people have tried to make number one but failed twice now. It
Oh
was a
no.
nice try. Do you remember that?
No.
So Alarm is her only single to like not crack the top 10. And it
Oh.
was like the first time it came out in 2004. First time it was like like number 11. It was so close. And I forgot who blocked her, but yeah, so she didn't get it. And then it was like when she was retiring and they like put everything else, they put all her singles and albums on sale again for the
Mm-hmm.
occasion. People were trying to make Alarm number one or at least get it into top 10 so she'd have all her singles top 10.
Uh,
They ran out of stock.
no.
So like they couldn't do it because there was not enough stock to do it.
They should put it out again.
I think
We'll
like I
try
think it's
again.
worth another shot, right? Like maybe you should like do a performance just to be like, okay, guys, I see you.
So what's our theory then for the wipe of everything, like even the YouTube videos, the YouTube channel? Like we were so happy when they put out the official channel, and then it was
Right,
just
and it was
absolutely no communication, no warning at all.
yeah, and I remember it was okay. So I thought the YouTube channel particularly was really weird because it's like they just they wanted to like cancel the YouTube account when Namie was retiring because they didn't see the point, but people made a big fuss about it. So they said we'll keep it around because it's still a stream like a revenue stream for them. Like they can still make money off of like the 15-second like commercial videos they put on there. Like it was the YouTube channel was nothing because it was literally just like
Hmm.
short low quality versions like of the music videos and of like commercials for singles and albums, which I thought was pretty cool, that part of it. So I tried to save everything I could. I think I did, but they had some bonus content on there. But yeah, it was generally like it wasn't like there was no reason to take it down, I guess is what I'm saying. It was like they even acknowledged that there was no reason to take it down because it was still like lucrative. It was still like they still made money off of it. And then now they take it down. I don't get it. They're afraid they're allergic to money or something. I don't get it.
It's typical Avex bullshit where they're like, my copyright, oh, like,
They're so selective, and it's like, how many copyright strikes have I gotten from Avex from running
yeah.
the like the Amuroarchive? Archive? Zero, zero. I got two.
Oh,
You want to know
really?
who from? TBS for
Oh,
this one performance.
oh. I get
So
it from Universal like every upload.
you do? Oh no, I
Yeah.
like I don't get copyright stricken at all ever. And like the
Oh.
only time I do is this one performance of, and people probably know it. It's the So Crazy and Shine More performance from like going into like 2002 to 2003 or something like that, or maybe 2002 to 2004. And I posted it just as is, and it was beautiful. I have like the TS file, so it's like really crisp. It's like the broadcast, and it got taken down months later, months later. I don't even know how anyone found it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So I posted it back up, and I was like, they probably won't do anything. And then he did it again, and I was like, okay, this is bullshit. So then all I did was like mirror it. I just like flipped it, and now it's fine.
Oh.
Like, what difference
Yeah,
does that make?
I know.
But whatever, I did that. So that there's my two copyright strikes. Zero from Avex. Avex don't give a fuck until you
Is
post
that
on YouTube.
on X or like on YouTube?
On X. And then on YouTube,
Oh.
I feel like they're more like, no, they're definitely more protective on YouTube. It's like, I don't think they care about anything else but YouTube and like Nico Nico or something.
Hmm. Nipao said, maybe I'm grasping for straws here, but could it be that Namie bought the masters and is planning to release them under her own name / label in the future? That's like best case scenario, I feel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. I think that would be best case scenario. And I mean, like, I feel like there would have been an announcement of some sort because that's a really big deal. But then again, like, I feel like the how things work in like the music industry in Japan is like super different. Um, and I remember back in my Tumblr days. So if you were following me on ANO Beauty Queens, ANO Beauty Queens, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, back in the day, someone sent me this thing about like how like the relationship between like the artist and like the label and then their management company works is like not like how it is in the United States, how we understand it, which is kind of like you know, the artist hires the management label and then they get them the gigs and then like the artist gets paid and then they just give the percentage to the management company. So what I understand is like the management company is actually in like basically like you know the artist selects the representation, but then it's like you're basically like you're like their employee, they like you're on their salary, so they give you a salary every like month or 2 weeks or whatever the pay period is, and like that's how it works. And like so and like they work with your label instead of the other way, instead of like you know the artist kind of being the center of it all, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So it is different. So I don't know what that looks like in Japan. Like I don't even know if the concept of masters exists, and I'm sure it does because like they're pretty good at like capitalism over there. So I'm sure they figured that out. Uh, but yeah, maybe that'd be great. And I hope she like releases her own streaming service as just like only good music that I would listen to, mainly just Namiya songs. But
Yeah. Nipao asked if Namie's streaming discography is not available in Japan.
it's gone. It's gone
It's
for
gone.
everyone. For everyone. Yeah.
That's crazy. What's so crazy is that there was no warning and no explanation.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, it didn't make. Yeah, it really didn't make any sense. It like it really just came out of nowhere. It wasn't like it was on an anniversary or something, or that we know of, you know, as fans. But I don't know. Maybe like I mean, people are saying like you know contract just lapsed and they just didn't like want to renew, or they like had a dispute with like how much money she would get per stream, all that stuff. Like there's so many like different conspiracies and nothing has been confirmed at all. But like I think really this is just comes down to money. I think like the most plausible is just that she probably just wasn't happy with the money like streaming was making or her cut of it I should say, because I think streaming makes a good amount of money for the label, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but not so much the artist, at least ever going by American standards at least.
For sure.
So uh I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. Like I said, it's like it's people were actively listening to this music and they were making money off of it. They got rid
Mm-hmm.
of like you know the YouTube channel, which they acknowledged that it was a revenue stream. So why would they cut it off? Don't know. But to me, it just says that they don't want money. They don't want our money. They actually like are allergic to it.
Mm-hmm. Um, Nipao said, this takes me back to when Verbal said he has no control over putting Sweet Chic on streaming because he's just a writer on it. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it seems like artists, they really don't have much say in it at all. It's
yeah.
mostly the label.
Right. And I mean like we have to like think about it like too. It's like it took so long for like Japanese artists like widespread to get on streaming or to for like Japanese like the Japanese music industry to like even like jump into streaming. Because for a long time and I think to this day they're still one of the like the biggest like physical media purchasers. The adoption rate is like really low for streaming up until recently. So like, yeah, I mean, like that makes a lot of sense. I guess it's like he just wouldn't have a lot of say in it because it just like isn't a concept that like artists would have to like be putting in their contracts and nor the label, but they get their say over all that kind of stuff first and foremost. So
Mm-hmm. Um, that's one of the reasons why I think labels are going to go by the wayside eventually. Like, I think they're going to go away for the most part, especially the really big ones like Universal and Avex. Um, because in the age of the internet, like, artists just don't need labels to distribute their work anymore.
No, you just
Um,
have to find a digital distributor. That's it. You can do it yourself.
mhm,
It's completely like you can. I mean, like you know, obviously, I think bigger artists like they need a label to represent them and to like foot the bill for all that stuff. But like, I mean,
mhm,
yeah, there's so many different options for so many different kinds of artists, and big or
mhm.
small, Bandcamp, or just finding it, going indie and just doing it themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's so many things that happen behind the scenes that the label doesn't even pay for. I've been finding out, at least in like the American side. Like I don't know that much about the Japanese or Korean labels. But like I don't know. I found out that have you ever heard of Creation? She's like this mumble rapper that like
Create or Krayshawn.
Creation.
Like
Is that how
what
you say it?
song?
Something bitch. Anyway, she said she got signed to a major label, and they basically it works just like publishing houses for books where they give you an advance, but it sounds like you got a really good deal, but it's like you owe the label that money that they
Yeah,
gave
that
you up front. It's a loan. Like it's not actually like you just made a bunch of money.
yes, okay, that's such a great way to put it. So I was like listening to okay, back when we could like stream it, but it was like what's the tea with RuPaul and Michelle? And they were talking Michelle was talking about her time in a girl group, Seduction. And she was on and like what you described is exactly what she described, and a lot of people go on this and they don't realize, but it's called a production deal. And the production deal like specifically this one is called a production deal, and it's like they're basically like going to give you an advance. This is how much you have in order to like make an album and go.
Mhm.
And they'll and like you know, if you're cranking out singles or doing well, they'll give you more advance, but you don't realize that it's like the highest yield interest loan you'll ever take out in your life. You will
Yeah.
stay paying that off,
Mhm.
even if you had like successful singles and albums like afterwards. It takes a while to get out of that hole that you initially like dig yourself, especially if you're successful, you have to keep up.
Yeah. And they can drop you at any point. Like you can get this huge
Hmm.
advance. She got a $1 million deal, which is just debt. And
Yeah.
then before she
Yep.
even released an album, they decided, oh, she's gonna flop. So then they just stopped promoting her, doing anything for her. But she
And you're
still
like,
had
okay,
this
well
like
now
$1 million. Yeah,
money please, like yeah, give
I
it back
know.
now. Like, oh, you
So
flopped, now you owe me. And it's like what? Like
yeah.
you didn't support me though. That's the thing. It's like they give you the money and they don't support you. They don't
Hmm.
support you. And, like if like they'll sign you because I don't know why, and then it's like they'll yeah put you on the production deal, give you all the type of money, give you you know the advance that you need, but like I said, yeah, they don't like you said too. They don't tell you that you owe that, and
Hmm.
they like they have a vested interest in you succeeding, but somehow they like will do something like that where they drop you. You have to find a new label, or like they'll make you owe how much you know you borrowed or whatever, but. Sometimes they just call it a wash though too.
Hmm.
I've heard that.
Yeah. Like they just sort of ignore your debt.
Yeah, they're just like whatever, like cut their losses basically.
Yeah. Nipao, I don't know if that's the same person. I don't know if she has a baby. I wouldn't be really
Yeah,
surprised, but
yeah. I want to know so we could like DM me or something. I want to know like,
okay,
especially if there's like fetal alcohol syndrome involved. I want to know.
I'll get the link because I actually really like the song. It's like an earworm. It's like the chorus is like, "Hey bitch, do you really, really, really want to go hard? Wanna da 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 da."
I don't know
It
it
was
at all.
popular on Reels for like 10 minutes, but
Oh, okay, okay. If it's like something, I don't use TikTok or Reels for the most part.
no. What do you do to waste your life?
Oh, I play video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play video games where I like argue with people online. It's a lot of fun.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But no, yeah, I've been playing like a lot of old school shit, like from like PS2 days. Like I've learned how to like connect to like a fan server for Resident Evil Outbreak, which is like the
Mhm.
earliest like Resident Evil online experience. That was on
Okay.
PlayStation 2, and like basically it's just like a it is a classic Resident Evil experience with fixed camera angles, solving puzzles, killing zombies, surviving. But online with four other people, and it's a ton of fun. I like it. It was definitely ahead of its time because it was kind of in the infancy of like online play. So I feel like the experience wasn't great, but now it's like fantastic, and you just have to like know how to do the technical stuff to make it work. But other than that.
So is it like a
So,
port, or you figured out how to do it on
oh,
an
I'm
actual
playing it on my
PS2?
PS2. I'm playing it on my
Okay, yeah.
PS2. Yeah, yeah. I think you can emulate it too,
Mhm.
but no ports.
Cool. I don't have
Yeah,
much Resident Evil experience because I'm a big baby.
I know. I know. Sorry. You like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, and I play farming games and like
I have like a
Neopets.
lot of eh, Neopets.
Yeah.
Wait, that's still around?
Yeah.
Ah! Okay. Last time I heard of Neopets, though, I think they said it was like owned by Scientologists.
Oh, it's changed hands a few times recently, so I don't know if it is anymore.
Oh, okay. Like, okay. I think there's something. I don't think it's like anything weird. I think they just own it and that's it. Like, I think they're just like a hedge fund in this case. But like, yeah, I think they are owned by Scientologists.
Um, well, they're making a big comeback right now.
Period.
Yeah, I play it every December. Like it's like my Christmas tradition because they have an event on the site where you get like items every day.
Oh, okay,
It's
okay.
like an advent calendar.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I do that with Final Fantasy 14.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was so much fun. But like, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a big time waster too. Like hours, like hundreds of hours.
Have you ever gotten into Genshin Impact?
I played me a few hours of it, and like I don't know why I didn't like it. I feel like it
Mhm.
was kind of like it felt like not like a baby game, but like, do you know what I mean? It's a bit too colorful for me, I guess. But like that
Yeah.
shouldn't be a complaint. I think that's a stupid reason. So I'm not gonna even entertain that. But like I just didn't enjoy it. It
Mhm.
was just like it's just another anime game for me. I think that's what it was.
Okay. Were you playing it
But
on console or like on mobile?
oh, console, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I should get into it because like Nepal and I's friend Nyasha, she wants me to play it, and I don't know. I don't think I wanna.
Is she on X also?
She is. She's
Yeah.
Ali something.
I think she's my mutual as well.
Okay, yeah, yeah. She writes as yeah. She's a writer, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe yeah.
She DM'd
Um.
me about like some of her book ideas.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, she
Yeah.
plays Genshin. So
It's one of those things too where I'm like, I know if I start playing this that I'll waste hundreds of hours on this and be like,
Always Spice. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems like a time eater. It just and that's great. I think I don't know. I just want to play it. I want to play Dead by Daylight.
No, that's fair. I think you're allowed to have like aesthetic preferences. Like
Okay.
I try to play 3D games sometimes. I'm like, I don't like this. I want to play like a pixel art game. That's just what I'm
Austin's
into.
like that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
my partner's like that too. He makes pixel art though, works. So it's like
Oh, okay.
I he gets kind of snobbish about
Oh.
it.
We're super off track now, but I'm enjoying talking to you.
Good. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other like Namie things I was trying to think of or trying to like keep in the back of my mind that we could go over. But yeah, so going back to the copyright issue, I am like that's what I thought too at first when everything got pulled, that it must be like the contract came to an end or like the rights
Yeah.
reverted to Namie. But also I was thinking about kind of near the end of her career when like Ballada came out, Namie started Dimension Point.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it has
Um,
something to do with that.
yeah, that's a good point, huh? I don't know, cause oh yeah, there was like two things that were made for Namie from Avex, and one of them was like a vanity label, is what they call it, and that one was like specifically just for her. And then they also like made like a subdivision of like some management thing that she would be using called Stella 88, and it would just be dedicated to just her. And I guess probably like sunsetting all of her stuff, before she like really like retired. But yeah, that would happen in like 2014. Yeah, because like that was around the time where people were saying that she wanted to retire
Hmm.
initially, and like, oh my god, it was kind of juicy. Like it was juicy to be a Namie fan because like at the time, I guess people were saying like she just kind of barged into like Avex's offices with like a tax lawyer, and was like, "You owe me this one." like, or something like that. Like I like, please correct me, but like I remember that Arama album, that Arama like article pretty well. But yeah, it seemed like, and then I think she did something similar with Rising Production, um, or Vision Factory. I think it's what it's called now. Okay, bye, Nepal.
Bye,
Mwah, mwah,
Nepal.
mwah. And yeah, so Rising Production, turned into Vision Factory, who was her management company at the time. And I think they owned the rights to her music or something like that at some point. So
Hmm.
like she wanted to leave, and like the president himself like talked to her or something like that. They did some sort of like back alley handshake shit. From what I understand. And she ended up just getting out of the contract without any problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
I w-
But it was harder with AVAX. And the solution was Dimension Point and Stella 88.
okay. I always wondered what would happen with that, with Dimension Point, or like if Namie would start taking younger artists kind of under her wing and like. But do you get the impression that Namie was like a reluctant celebrity? Like she got into it so young that it was almost like she was not really forced into it, but kind of like she never had the chance to really step back and be like, maybe I wouldn't have taken this path if I hadn't kind of been shoehorned in as a child.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I don't think she would have chose that life. It was just kind of
Yeah.
like, okay, it was like cool when she was young, and like getting all these gigs, everyone loves her, and then I think she just kind of, I think towards the end, like she definitely just got jaded a little bit, but and I think she knew like she was missing out on like a lot of like normal life, which is why she's so like reclusive now.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that makes if that's how she felt, like probably, which I imagine that's how she felt. It makes sense to want to step back the way she did.
Yeah, she never did too many interviews or like she did like TV appearances and like that final interview, but she never did
Yeah,
MCs at her concerts and like she was always very private.
yeah, and like she would like, and I think she said it in a couple interviews, but like in the final interviews, like with NHK and stuff like that, like she explained like why she stopped doing MCs, why she stopped doing TV promotion, and it was like mainly because like she had to be like she had to talk to people, and she and come up with things to say and be quippy and be a personality on top of just being the performer, being
Hmm.
the artist. So and that just like gave her a lot of stress, I guess. So that's why she just like didn't want to do it. Like she just stopped after 20. When did Break It come out? Like 2012. So yeah, that was like the last like TV performance before Hero in 2018
Okay.
or
Um,
2017. 2017.
it's okay. I don't know the years at all. I'm not gonna
I
call
do.
you. I'm just like,
Like for me, like Namie is like art history. I'm like remembering all the
yeah,
dates
you've
from
got
all
the
the eras.
encyclopedia up there.
Yeah.
Um, that makes me really sad. Like I was thinking, I often think about the era of like when she got pregnant and got married and lost her
Yeah.
mom kind of in really quick succession, and it must have been so traumatic and just so much to deal with. And then after her son grew up a little, she gave up custody to her ex-husband. Um, and I always wonder, like, I I feel like she didn't really wanna do that, like, had she not been a celebrity, she would've never done that, and, like, maybe she felt obligated to go back to her role as a pop star because the fans loved her so much, and she had become, by that point, already this massive cultural icon and, like, a fashion icon, and
Yeah. I know that like yeah, so like with the thing about giving up her rights to Haruto, it was like she was on big tours and she like so she gave primary custody to Matt to Sam, and it was like
Hmm.
I feel like the situation was overblown because it sounded like they were actually living in the same building,
Okay,
like
yeah.
Sam and like they were just on different floors. So it wasn't like she wasn't seeing her son. It was just a
Hmm.
matter of like he like Sam obviously didn't have as much going on as Namie, so it made sense for him to like take care of Haruto full time. And then yeah, it was like later on she got the rights back, and they I know it was like she had like a really like strict rule like during like 2005 or something like that. So the Space of Hip Hop tour, it was she like she was back for weekends or something like that. She wouldn't work past a certain time, and like she would always like try to make him dinner or something like that. So there was like things like I like around that time, like people were really trying to like paint her as a bad mother, and it was
Hmm.
like you said, it was like her mom died, she got married and then divorced. There was like so many things happening. Like people were not giving her the grace, and I think it was just a lot of sexism.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Japan seems really like they're very behind stuff like women's role.
For
Um,
sure, for sure.
but yeah,
But I
so
mean,
her
hey,
mother was
America's going back too. Hey. So
um her mother was murdered actually, which is like
yeah.
s- the amount of trauma.
Seriously. And it was
Like
like
you're a
right after
child
her son got
star.
born. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like it wasn't just like, oh, like they got murdered. Like she got chopped up and ran over.
Oh my god, I didn't know about the chopping up part. I knew about the running over, but
Yeah, he got run over a few times and he attempted to chop them up.
wow.
And Namie had to then identify the body.
Oh my god. What the
That's
fuck?
like terrible. Terrible.
A lot of the J-pop stars have like a very like traumatic past with their family too.
Really though, but you know what? I really can't think of like Kotokumi's at all. I feel like her
Yeah,
family, her family is cool. They sound kind of cool actually. I don't know
just
actually
her and
anything
her
about them.
sister swapping men.
Oh yeah, probably.
Her and
But
her
like, oh my
sister
god, her
having beef.
sister is so crazy. She acts out for
Oh
attention.
yeah, yeah,
I feel like because remember like she had that album that said like, oh, if this doesn't sell 30,000 copies, she's gonna like stop being a singer. Misono
yeah.
and said, and that was like the album cover.
Was it only 10,000? It was like she was begging for 10,000 sales. Like
It was something like that, and it was like she couldn't even hit that margin, and it was like not a high bar at all.
I
Why couldn't
feel
her sister
bad.
buy them all? You know,
I know. I feel really bad for her.
I do
Like she's
too a
always in
little
her
bit.
sister's shadow.
There was a song though I remember like I really did like Misono for a moment though. She was part of like this like band or something like that, and they had a cool couple songs I think, but I can't remember a single one of them right now. Oh well, but yeah.
um, so I should have asked this at the beginning, but I was wondering like what was the first thing that kind of got you into Namie, like pulled you in and made you gave you that spark to become a Namie stan?
Like I didn't stand her for a while. It was like I like so like I my friend had a bootleg copy of like Revelation or Legacy Lugia, or if you, I can't remember which one it was, but but it was like the second Pokemon movie in
Hmm.
Japan, and so Toi et Moi was on as a single. It was like the theme song for that for the movie, and it was on the VHS, so that was a bootleg. So we watched that, and that was like in 2002, I think. So that was my first exposure to her, and then it was like I kind of was like, oh, what is this J-pop thing? And I was like 9. So I was like, I
Hmm.
could read and I was like learning about the internet and stuff like that. So that was like kind of like I was getting into the forums. I was, downloading things. I was finding little bits of tracks here and there and stuff like that. And then it was like 2003 came along, and then like Final Fantasy X-2 came out. So then everyone, everyone knows that, the Kodakumi song, like Real Emotion, and Sendo Kotoba, so
Hmm.
Thousand Words. So that those two tracks were on that, and so that's what I was like. I like literally I was on GameSpot like forever, like just rewatching that trailer over and over again because I love the song. And
Hmm.
then it was like so that's another foothold in the J-pop for me. And then Inuyasha came around. I heard Calm, and I just moved to a new neighborhood, and I met a friend who was also into J-pop who put that on a mix CD for me, along with all these other like theme songs and stuff from anime I haven't watched before. And I just like kept going to that one. I just love that song so much. And I figured out who it was. I just haven't. I like just like kept listening to her like where I could until like high school, and then I figured out how to use WinRAR, and then I was like really good to go. I was like really finding albums and starting to like download them and putting them in my iPod and stuff like that. So it was like a progression. So like I ended up being like a stan around that time, so like 2009,
Okay, so it took a few
and
years to like.
yeah. It did, but then it was I haven't like looked back, but like because of like my time through those years, just like trolling forums and just like saving things, and I've like amassed so many videos, and then like J-pop Suki as well. That also like was a really great like that like opened the door for me like the J-pop world for sure, and I was able to like find Double and like Meg and just the other people that I really enjoy too, but specifically Namie, and finding all those videos of her performing was just like so like fabulous to me, and I just like her performances were just so amazing. I still think they're really incredible to this day. And I know like maybe like there's like moments where they're kind of like not the greatest, but I still think I think her effort still shows always. And like I don't know, I find it really inspiring. So
I love it. I love hearing
yeah.
people's backstories.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my lore.
Yeah. Um, was there any other Namie news that you would like to go over, or like rumors from recent years, or any like conspiracy theories?
um No, I don't know if there's any like conspiracy theories or anything for me, or like rumors other than the one. Okay, I just want to signal boost as I like wherever I can.
Hmm.
Release the original version of Put 'Em Up. Release it. Release it. Release it. I'm
That's so
so
specific.
begging. Well, okay, okay. So the reason why I'm asking for the original version is because originally it was a duet, and it was supposed to be between Namie and Chili from TLC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it was supposed to be on like Love Enhanced, which is like that compilation album she released, and it was on like the promotion and everything that it would be on the track listing, but then album came out, it wasn't there.
Hmm.
And it pretty much was like floating around for a little bit until like Michiko got a hold of it. And Michiko is like a singer songwriter who is super well known in like the J R&B scene. She just seems to have a way of like translating lyrics really well into Japanese that works and honors both R&B and how they speak in Japanese. So and a longtime collaborator for Namie. She does so many tracks, like so many albums for her. So Michiko got a hold of it, rewrote some of the parts, cut Chili's parts, and made it into something like Namie wanted to release. Because I think before I just like clashed with her image. Just like
Mm.
she was like that. Love Enhanced was kind of like the last of classic Namie, right? So it
Hmm.
was like, and then she went into R&B. So it was like at the same time that Love Enhanced released, she was promoting Sweet Chic. So that was the vehicle for her to do R&B, and with all these other like R&B artists and stuff like that. And I guess just that release just made it too soon because she had hardly even like introduced the R&B version of her, and it was already like on an album. So
Hmm.
yeah, so it got cut and then released for Style as we know it. But yeah, there was a whole there's a whole version of the song that has not been released. And like apparently, I guess this is maybe a conspiracy theory, I don't know. But they said that it got played once and it was like as like waiting music for like, the concert to start
Mm-hmm.
on one of the fan club tours. And that was it.
Oh.
That's it. Never
Mm-hmm.
again. Never pulled out again of the vault. The vault is closed for good this time.
I mean, yeah, that we should get a bunch of unreleased stuff if Namie like gets her masters back and she owns the rights to everything. But
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like it just is such a missed opportunity for me. Just looking at it, it's just like there's so much good stuff that people are asking for, or like I was just asking for like a vinyl release, if anything, of like all her albums. I would like
Mhm.
take out a credit card and buy that right now. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like in Namie land, like I think like the releases were a little not lazy, but like just on the thin side, if you know what I mean. Because if we look at like her contemporaries, especially like Ayumi Hamasaki and Kodokumi, it's like they're releasing something every week.
Yeah.
Like it's like almost hard to keep up with them, and like none
Mhm.
of it's listenable if you ask me when it comes to Kodokumi. And
Mm.
I don't know what's happening with Ayumi Hamasaki, but like she releases a lot too. I think she's like kind of slowed down a lot though, because it used to be
Yeah.
like a ton back when like in the heyday. It was like
Mhm.
she would release an album and then it'd be like five different versions of the album, be like the trance remix,
Yeah.
and then it'd be like three different remix albums and then the classical version. Like it was so annoying.
Yeah. I don't mind her like remixes, but
I like that.
I know
I
the
actually that's like the only way I can listen to her.
yeah, I like the Eurotrance versions of
Yeah,
her
so
songs, honestly.
good.
I don't like her rock songs at all. Like that's probably the biggest turn off for me for
I
her.
hated Rock and Roll Circus. I hated Guilty. Like those albums were doo doo garbage.
Yeah, I like a couple songs in each of them, but yeah,
Okay, I
I
like
know even
Miracle World. I like Miracle World. That's it. And I think that's on Guilty. And then like I don't like Microphone. Everyone loves Microphone. I think it's like ha ha.
uh,
And I don't like
I mean that's kind of good for her.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's like, I'm not gonna like I'm really like I don't really like her voice that much and I'm really not that picky because like I think Namie definitely has some moments where it's like, what
Mhm.
are you doing, girl? Like find the note. But like Ayumi Hamasaki takes it to another level for me personally. I just
Mhm.
I can't really endorse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my hair is so out of
I
place. I just made it
she's even
worse.
oh no, you look good. I was even like pissed off her hardcore fans through the years, like when Love
How?
Again, like that double album Love Again, when she put that out, like she put each half out as like separate albums, and then she was like, new album coming out, and it was like both of them
Oh,
together.
wasn't it? Yeah, that was like an anniversary release, wasn't it? It was like
I think so,
Love
yeah.
and then Again, and it was like Love Again. And it was just
Yeah.
like the two albums back to back, plus like two more songs.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that was
Even
cheap. That was
her diehard fans were like
that was really cheap. Yeah, that was not the way to celebrate anniversary. It was like a 15th anniversary or something like that.
probably, yeah,
Or
like
was it
10
one of
years
those
ago.
off number anniversaries? I forget. I feel like she like did like one that was like 14th. It was like, wait, this is a year early.
She
uh,
was like, I need the money.
yeah, it's like if we want to go on tour, I have to sell an album now,
Yeah,
and they bought it.
you have to. Did you listen to Kodakumi's last album, Unicorn?
Nope, nope.
No. You're just not even bothering now?
I'm not. I just like because I heard some of the singles. I think, and I just it sounds so noisy to me.
Mhm.
It's very and like she's going for that like kind of edgy K-pop sound, I think.
Yeah.
It's like okay, so how in the K-pop groups there's like the rapper and they always have like the hardest kind of like edgy kind of like harder
Mhm.
like sound. It's like that, but the whole album.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine, I guess. It was just because like the last time I listened to an album from her, it was DNA, I think. Actually, I
Okay.
really have it in my closet. Yeah, yeah, it's DNA.
Hmm.
I think that was the last one I really listened to. Actually, maybe it was Record.
Oh,
And that really sounded bad.
yeah. I gotta say, like Record and Unicorn, I listened to them each once, and I was like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah, put
I don't need
that
to listen to them
down.
again. But there's like a few songs in between that a couple of them I was like, what is happening? Because it was almost like a return to form, or I was like, I like Kodakumi songs again. And then like Unicorn came out and it's like,
Oh, that was the only good track.
yeah. But
Yeah.
like she released some songs in between that just stayed as like floating singles. I think they're like anime songs or something, and like they never ended
Yeah.
up like getting put on albums.
And yeah, those ones are usually okay. Those ones are, but like, and then she releases the album, and it's like,
Yeah.
eh,
I don't like that nasally like rapping thing she's into lately. Like you're talking about like the noise tracks and just trying to
yeah.
make it as like loud and irritating as possible, it seems.
Like if it was like in the way that like Touchdown was, I thought Touchdown was a really cool track.
Mm.
I mean, this is
Hmm.
like over 10 years ago too. It's like so I'm like really dating myself, but like or maybe not, because when would Bon Voyage come out? That's what that one was called, right?
Um yeah, Bon Voyage I think was like 9 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, so that's like the last time I was like really excited for an album for her. It was like Happiness came out, and
Hmm.
then Bon Voyage, I think, and that was like 2013,
Yep.
I think. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it was 11 years ago, and like that was the last time I was like, yeah, this is good. But yeah, I
Hmm.
think if she like went, because it had kind of a K-poppy feel, I think back then, and I liked the way that Touchdown sounded. So I just feel
Hmm.
like they should have went with like if you were gonna go through like a harder kind of like maybe minimalist but like sexy kind of sound, like that's the way to do it. But not like this like really noisy kind of I don't know. It just sounds like garbage to me. Like it just and like that's the other thing about I don't like K-pop because it sounds like recite it sounds like American artists like leftovers. That's what it sounds like. It's
Hmm.
stuff that like got cut for a reason, and now they just gave it to the K-pop artists, and because they put like some like very easy choreography to it, and then like make those like dun 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 dun, that kind of sound like those
Hmm.
horns that they always put in the K-pop songs. Yeah, they put they lay a track of that over it and call it a day, and I hate it. It sounds like garbage. Like bring me back to when Boa. I'm not even a big fan of Boa, but I
Hmm.
respect the fuck out of her because she does that. She does that every time on stage. She really does. And I heard
Hmm.
she's retiring too.
Oh yeah. Did she announce that or was it a rumor? I feel
This
like
is like her last year. She's like, yeah, I'm
yeah.
done. I'm done. And I don't blame her.
I don't either. I think she's like 41 or 40 as well, like the same age Namie was.
Yeah, and she's
And
like,
she was the
she's
same thing where
working
she like
hard.
she signed a contract when she was like 13. So
Yeah, it's predatory, like
yeah.
you want all your dreams to come true kind of situation. Like, yeah, of course. And then it's like,
Hmm.
oh, well, now you have to worry about sales and you have to
Yeah.
sell and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like
And
all these things that kids wouldn't be burdened with otherwise.
there's that talk show in Korea that aired last year, I think it was, where Boa finally like she publicly addressed someone, I don't know who it was, like her in her management or in her label, and was like her face was so crushed when she asked like what was the reason for you sending me to Japan by myself when I was 14 years old? Cuz like just imagine everything that that little girl went through. Like she literally got on a plane alone, flew to a new country and like had to learn a new language. She was not with her parents or anyone and like anything could have happened to her. Like my mind just goes to the worst places.
I had no
But
idea.
like she has like all of these child stars are they're not okay now because of like this
No.
childhood trauma.
It's so predatory. Yeah, they just, like, I want to know. She should be asking that question to her parents, though. Like, why weren't you on the
Mhm.
plane? Like,
Mhm.
you just, like, sign over your kid that way. I just think that's, like, really not respectable at all. It's like it's not a secret, especially back in 2000 or wherever she got, like, what was it, 1989? It was like, when did she get signed? Like 1989 or something like that?
Yeah, I think the
Like,
90s.
yeah, it's like, it's not like it wasn't a secret that like the entertainment industry is predatory and will do awful things to your child, and so you need to watch them and like be their best advocate. So like zero respect to her family, zero respect.
Yeah. Those parents really just don't care. Like if they have a talented child, they're like my cash cow, like get to work, kid.
Yeah, I feel like that's what happened to Amanda Bynes apparently, and like
Oh, for sure.
I was like reading, I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy, another
Mhm.
classic, like, like parents saw dollar signs, so everything was like kind of cool for them as long as there was like pay involved, and like, there was other things of course too, but yeah, it's just maybe we should just keep kids out of showbiz.
I know. For sure.
Like
Yeah, it's all
it's
the like
not the right.
Nickelodeon kids and Britney Spears.
Yeah,
And it's like,
I feel so
yeah.
bad for Brittany.
Hmm. But I really hope Namie has found peace and like the paparazzi leave her alone. Sometimes I think about her, like, what is she? Is she just sitting in her mansion, like locked up because the paparazzi are outside, or like, I don't know. Sometimes I like picture her, like, I know she still has long hair, but like when she retired, I was like,
No,
I
she
hope
cut
she
it. She cut it. It's not
she
long
cut it.
anymore. Yeah,
How
yeah.
long
So
is
like
it?
in Hawaii, like it's cut. It's like a bop now.
Okay, that's what I always hoped for her. I swear I saw those pictures and it just like left my memory. But like, no, like that cute little bob wig that she used to pull out once in a while.
Yeah,
I was like, when she retires, she should cut her hair off as like a symbol,
of
like
like
getting rid of the.
liberation.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think maybe she probably felt that way. I hope so. Like, I'm happy for her that she retired. I just would like to have access to her entire archive.
Yeah.
But like I would, or at least like her discography. It was there, the work was there. Like, and like, there was things that were removed like for copyright reasons, like ooh like the music video for it got removed, but for
Hmm.
obvious reasons because like MGM, that didn't, that lapsed. That was but like 15
Hmm.
years, even longer. So I mean, that was pretty generous. But yeah, I hope she's doing well. And
Yeah.
I just hope she's doing well. And I know that like I guess someone saw her and was like, "Hey, can I get an autograph or something like that?" And she's like, "I'm a normal person now," is like her
Hmm.
reply. So like
Good
she
for
said no.
her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for her.
No. Good for her.
I respect that she stood up for herself, but like, damn, just take a fucking photo. Just take a fucking photo.
Hmm.
Oh, and that was the other thing I was gonna say. Yeah, I don't think people know where she lives at all. So when I was talking to Nepal, because she actually met Verbal, and she asked, she's like, "What's the deal? Like, have you like talked to her?" She's like, "Yeah, she'll like message us sometimes, but like she won't say where she is. Like
Oh.
no one knows where she is."
Okay. Yeah. I wonder if
So
she is living in the U.S. then, if her son moved there.
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope I like run into her one day. That'd be so great. I hope she
Yeah.
could tell me off too. She could tell
What
me
would you
off.
do? What would you do?
Man, I'll still get a photo somehow.
Yeah.
I really, I'm sorry. Once in a lifetime, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
Hmm. Yeah.
I call me a bad fan. I know the Japanese like fans are like really like, but she doesn't want to be famous. She doesn't want to be
Hmm.
famous. We're gonna respect that. No, no, no.
Hmm.
You don't take it off. Okay, the fame doesn't. You don't get to take it off. All right. If you had that relationship with the public before, it kind of it's long standing. Like you're an icon. You've literally shaped
Hmm.
Japanese music forever, and possibly like pop music globally. We can't really like track the influence there, but we absolutely say that like she influenced J-pop, Japanese music, like very significantly in the 90s and 2000s. So yeah, sorry, you're an icon. If I recognize you, I'm taking my fucking photo, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll do it from a far away so you don't like know I'm doing it, but like I'm not gonna be like, she says no, I'd be like, no, okay, selfie. I'm not gonna do that. Like that's shit.
Yeah, just her back
Like,
like running away.
it's like, But like, because that's messed up. But like, I won't do it in her face.
I don't know. That's the thing that makes it feel extra cruel, taking away all the videos and streaming music is like uh, a lot of artists accept like it's their music and it's their artistic work, but once you put it out into the world, it doesn't entirely belong to them anymore. Like it belongs to the fans and like how they relate to it and how they interpret it. So to
Yeah.
just like pull that away with no warning and then no plan in place to like give it back is cruel to us. So I want to have hope that it's going to come back. And I'm grateful that I own the physical CDs too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, it is really cool, and it's very good that you own physical CDs. So it's very important to stress how if you enjoy something, just buy it physically because they
Mhm.
literally will take money out of your wallet. It's like, and
Mhm.
what I mean by that is like, you could buy digital content and you're just buying the license for it to use it for that moment. And, uh, you know, you, unagreed upon time, they can take it away whenever. They can take it away tomorrow. Like there's people who own a game called like the Crew, and then like Sega took it down, and they made it so
Mhm.
like you couldn't even play it single solo, like off you know offline. So like, and so they effectively just like stole money out of people's pockets because of that. So it's just like, and like in my case, it was like when Namie like pulled her stuff off of streaming, like that included the music videos and singles I purchased on iTunes. So it's like, I spent my,
Mhm.
$3, per whatever. And like I don't have access to that anymore. So like she stole from me too. Like it wasn't just like,
Yeah.
the convenience to be able to stream her music, but also like I literally purchased content from her that I no longer have access to. And it's not right. So to circumvent all that, just buy the fucking CD, get yourself a CD player or like an external CD hard drive player thingy to put into your computer, and you're good to go. And you can just rip it, and like as long as you have like Apple Music, or if you have an iPod, or you just load it onto your phone manually, you can have the music forever, and no one's gonna take it from you, as long as you take
Mhm.
good care of it, of course. But that's a whole different subject. But yeah, the importance of owning physical media is like cannot be stressed more because these companies are
Mhm.
straight up stealing from us. And like, are we
Yeah.
really gonna just like be okay with paying this monthly fee for the convenience of having music that can just be taken away at any time? Or are we going to just choose ownership and just take a little bit extra time in how we curate our libraries?
Yeah. Yeah, that is really unfair to us as the consumer too. Like you said,
Yeah.
the Apple Music stuff and like back when we had iTunes, I bought her stuff too on there. And
Yeah. Those music videos are gone. You
mhm.
can't watch it. Like my receipt's there. It's like give me my $1.25 back or whatever. But like
Yeah,
it's a small amount of money. But it's like the principle of it. It's like you literally ripped the item that I purchased out of my hands.
for sure, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, Namie, if you're watching.
Fuck you.
No, I hope we get the streaming back. And I hope she's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet she is doing well. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Why do you sound so salty?
Because it's like she's doing great, and I'm over here struggling to listen to her music. Okay. I'm like literally her number one marketing agent out here in
Mhm.
America. I'm getting paid dust
Yep.
and keeping her alive. She better be. I just like she owes me a muffin basket, and everything will be forgiven.
That would just make me so mad.
Just get a muffin basket. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely like a slap in her
if
face.
yeah, like if Utada sent me a muffin basket, I'd be like, "Thanks for your channel." I'd be like, "Bitch, like
I mean,
what
well,
I get."
after the initial shock of like, oh my god, she knows I exist, and like, sent me something. I don't know, like that's all she could do. Like
Mhm.
not even like a cameo or something like that.
Yeah. Well, let's call it here. We wanted to keep the
Mm.
stream like under 2 hours tonight.
Yeah, I think we did great.
Yeah. Covered a lot of ground. And I know it's Thanksgiving for you guys in the US, so I hope everyone's if you don't have anyone to celebrate with, just enjoy some alone time. But if you are celebrating, enjoy and stay safe.
Thank
And
you. Yeah, it's just me and
yeah,
Austin. We're just gonna have a delectable feast.
nice.
Listening, yeah. And we'll be playing vinyls all tomorrow, like just making,
Uh, have
dinner. And
have you made him into a Namie stand?
he does like Namie, but like obviously not as much as me. But like he
Mm-hmm.
like keeps up and like is like, oh, what's that song? He'll like hum a song. Or like, oh, I know that. I know exactly that song I'll play. It's like, yeah, that one's in my head right now. Like, okay, cool. That's kind of
Perfect.
cute. I like.
Mm-hmm.
He's more into Kylie. He's more into Kylie,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
which that's okay with me too. I'm gonna see her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like it's not doing great. The date I feel it's gonna get canceled, honestly.
What do you mean? Like
Well,
why?
okay, so I'm going to Phoenix State, and so Phoenix is, I think, the capital of my state,
Mm-hmm.
and this is like a 2 hour drive, and it's just like not selling well. So I'm just kind of like,
Oh.
please, please
Mm-hmm.
sell out, please sell more tickets. I need you to sell more tickets. I don't need this date to be canceled. Like I never thought I'd be able to see her ever. It was kind of like a like, oh my God, Namie is performing in America kind of situation. If that ever happened,
Mm-hmm.
well, it did low key, but. You don't need to know. We don't need to get into that.
Well, you gotta be a Kylie promoter for Phoenix, Arizona then.
That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna see if they need anyone.
Um, so thank you so much, Quinn, for coming out and chatting with me. I hope we can do this again sometime and not take 8 more years.
Yeah, like yeah, please, please. Like not
Yeah.
once per decade. I would like to,
Hmm.
I would love to
Yeah.
because I don't get to talk about J-pop and especially not Namie like enough. Like I just,
Hmm.
so please.
I know you're just a wealth of knowledge too, so I can ask you literally anything about Namie, and you're like, this year at 10 a.m., Namie, like,
That is me.
cut her bangs.
It's like so sad. I'm like, oh my God.
No, I love it. So thanks to
Thank
everyone
you
who
so much
came
for
out.
having me.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, that was really
And
fantastic and fun. Thank you.
I'll be back. I'm gonna try and get some more videos out, but the next live stream is in December with
Okay.
Matthew. So
Who's
see you guys
that?
for that. Matthew's my friend. I've had him on for like some other like J-pop stuff and like Utada reviews.
Is he cute?
So we yeah, sure. I don't know your taste.
I'm joking.
Is your boyfriend just sitting there like
Oh my God, you did that. No.
um oh poor Matthews. Yeah, we're gonna do Utada's upcoming live Blu-ray that's coming out in December.
Oh my God. Did you get the collector's edition? Because I really wanted it, but I was very poor.
Yeah, I did
So
put it
if you're
on the credit
selling
card.
it, so if you see anyone who's selling a secondhand version that looks pretty good, let me know because I do want to own it.
Okay.
Just like because I own like the first. Okay, okay. One more thing. So I
Mhm.
own First Love, the anniversary version. They came in a big box and stuff like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't really need this anymore. So I needed some money, so I was selling on eBay. You know who bought it?
Who?
Jeremy.
Oh my god.
He was
Was it
like,
like
wait, I know this username. So he messaged me on Twitter, and he was like, "Are you selling this?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, I'm this better." So I just like ended it and sold it to him.
oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So I'm glad it's like in the fam somehow. Still.
That's so cute. I need to ask Jeremy to come on the channel sometime too.
That'd be so
Yeah.
great. Yeah, he is like he's. I love Jeremy.
And Alex.
Who's Alex?
Alex is Utada. The
Oh
username,
man,
his name.
duh. Oh my God, sorry. Yeah, it was yes, Alex. There's a few
Mhm.
Alexes. Okay, love him too. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Yeah, that would be fun. So, yeah, that's it
Well,
for
thank you
this
so much for
evening.
having me. Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Thanks for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed,
Thanks. Yes.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Sailor Scout. I only got one hand free, so.
It's going the wrong way.
Wait.
Okay, ending the stream.
Bye.